I'm gonna start with the obvious thing, the gun. Okay, and this right here is that right there is a safe direction, but I'm keeping this hot because I'm going to put this back on as soon as I'm done showing you. It's a Gen 5 Glock 19 with a Holosun 507C. It's loaded with Federal HST 147 grain, no, 124 grain, 9 millimeter standard pressure. There's a couple of mods I put on this Glock, but there aren't many. Like if you look at it, it just looks bone stock. I chopped down the beaver tail. It has a striker control device. It has a CNH speed feed, and I put on Ameriglo sights. Um,
Nice.
it has a dot connector. It doesn't have a minus connector or anything like that. And there we go. And so that's the gun. Let's see. I was carrying a Glock 17, and I've carried that for several years. Um, but when my newborn was born, when we were expecting Malcolm, then I at first I was okay with the little half an inch that kind of poked out right there. Like if you could
Yeah,
see, there we go. Like
right
I'm gonna
there.
try to get
Yeah,
into the camera. Like right there. This is gone because it's a 19. And so I can move like this and you
that
don't
makes
see
sense.
anything. But on a 17, you would kind of see those extra 2 rounds, especially on a shirt like this that's very plain, and there isn't a pattern that breaks it up. Um,
Hmm.
if I put on a plaid shirt, I can get away with a 17,
There you
and
go.
it's just as simple as that. Or if I had a hoodie, it's just that simple. But I was like, okay, well, I want to be able to move around a little bit more, and when I'm holding Malcolm on my arms are elevated. So that shirt comes up a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, I want it. It wasn't even really anything practical. It's more of a peace of mind type of thing.
Sure.
But the 19, the grip feels a little funny because my hand is bigger, and I have this blue gun here to demonstrate it. It's just a demonstration. It's a demo gun, but what ends up happening is my pinky is starting to fall off right here, and so that's not really so much a gear thing. It's really more of kind of learning how to grip the gun a little bit better. And if I can get a solid grip with a 19, a 17 feels like, you know, it feels like getting out of a Prius and hopping into a Ford F-250 Super Duty, you know? Um,
Yeah.
it feels good. It feels real good. So that's the gun. I talked about optics because the way my mind, it's not even about a distance thing with optics. My mind and my brain can use that information better than if I had iron sights. Um, all I do is I place that dot where I want the hole to be, and I manage the trigger in a way that doesn't move that dot. And a lot of people can do that with iron sights just as easy. They could do it target focused with iron sights. They could do it front sight focused. I don't really care. The main thing I'm going to be concerned about is if you're doing something to where that hole goes where you wanted it to go, okay, that's great. Let's keep doing that. But if you need help, then let's make some changes. Um,
Sure.
yeah. So let's see. Any questions so far about the gun and the holster?
Well,
Oh yeah, the holster.
so,
Yeah.
what landed you on a Glock? Just curious. I know we've had discussion, but maybe some people don't know. But like, cause to a lot of us, like, your Glock, you know, CZ, Berettas, Sigs. It's like Dodge, Ford, Chevy, Toyota at that point, right? I mean, they all meet those first three requirements of that defensive gun. It's that fourth one, just ergonomic. So, I mean, what landed you on a Glock over, let's say, like a Sig or a Beretta or something like that,
Yeah, or Shadow Systems or a
or
Walther
a
or
Shadow System?
there's a
Yeah,
there's a bunch of other stuff out there. This right here
sure.
is the absolute cheapest thing for me that meets the 4 requirements. Um, because here's what happens. I tinker with stuff and I run stuff through the ringer and I shoot a mess of ammo through my stuff. I'm not gonna baby it. So if
That's
it's
fair.
finicky or if it needs a lot of maintenance or if it's like very particular about certain parts, if I can't get any parts, then that's going to be a turnoff for me. But it's cheap.
I think you ran into that with the Walther, didn't you? Like they
Yeah.
couldn't find parts.
So the Walther, if you're not a tinkerer, then the Walther PDP has like the best trigger out of the box of any polymer frame gun. Like it feels great. If you're thinking about getting an optic, it's already cut. All you gotta do is send an email to Walther for the optic plate that you need, and they'll have it to you in about a week. The shipping is not slow; it's pretty quick. Um,
Sure.
the it's going to be expensive because magazines are made of unobtainium right now, and
It's
but the
always a
thing
plus.
is, like, and it feels great. The ergonomics are great. The problem though is, God help you if you ever want to deep clean that thing, or if you ever want to like detail strip it, or if you want to change out any components, because it's engineered to prevent you from doing that. Like
Yep.
I
Or
ran
just
into
fall
that
apart when you
problem.
start doing it.
Yeah, so I ran into this problem. I'll try to keep the story short. The way that you take down the takedown lever in a Glock, you pop out the pin and you pull it right out, and that part costs like $20. In a Walther, you have to hit it with a punch and hammer. You got to give it some really good wax. There's a great chance that you'll crack the frame, and if you need to replace it for any reason, it doesn't cost $20. It costs like $50, and that's if you can get them. Nobody sells them aftermarket. And Walther, if you hit them up and you tell them, "Hey, I need this part," they're going to be like, "We don't have any right now. Give us 4 more weeks." And if you call in 4 weeks, they're going to keep telling you, "We don't have any right now. Give us 4 more weeks." So what that right there tells me is they don't want me tinkering with that gun, and that's fine. That's okay. Um, but don't sell stuff like dynamic triggers and like aftermarket springs and stuff like that on your website if you don't want people to tinker with it.
That's
So
very true.
yeah, like for instance, like okay, let's compare that to Glock. Right, Glock has a massive aftermarket. Um, More than three-quarters of that aftermarket doesn't play well with other portions of the aftermarket. You got a lot of tolerance stacking. I'm just a big fan of just leaving stuff stock, because I played that game. It's not fun. It was very expensive. So, like if you just leave it stock, it's gonna run as long as you want to run. If it's not accurate, it's probably not the gun. It's probably just you.
Yeah, they will always shoot better than we can make them work. So
Absolutely. So, it's just that's why I chose Glock. It's just, it's cheap and it follows the four, it meets all four requirements. So
no, that makes complete sense.
yeah. Now the holster, right? So
Yep.
JM Custom Kydex, um, they have this one called a AIWB, I want to say the 2.0. And what I what I did was I mounted that to an Enigma, and what else is there? That's all I keep on my belt. I don't have mag carriers on my belt. I just, I have love handles. I have like a tactical muffin top. So if I try to put a bunch of stuff on my belt, it hurts. So
Sure.
what I do is I fill up my pockets. Um, let's see. So what's in my pockets right now? So in this pocket is some Burt's Bees, and I also have. I'm sorry, I don't keep a wallet. I own multiple wallets. I even bought some wallets from Ty, and
Yeah.
now what I do is I just wrap a Ranger band around some cards. There's a
Easy,
little bit of
easy, easy done.
yeah, a little bit of cash. My
It's
my
got the
trusty
Skechers
Skechers gift
card.
card. Yeah, if you know, you
Oh
know.
gosh. That's right. If you're in the know, you're in the know.
Yeah.
You're
Let's see
right.
what's in this other pocket. This other pocket is my cell phone. I got an iPhone. Like this is how basic I am, right? So I carry a Glock, I have an iPhone, and I drive a Nissan. So I'm just a basic bitch. All right. So
Plain Jane.
yeah, let's see. In this pocket, there's a flashlight, there's OC spray, and there's a Glock 19X magazine that holds 19 rounds. And the importance is in that order. Like if the pockets in my pants are so small that I can't carry all three, then the first thing that goes is the spare magazine. And the reason why I even carry a spare magazine is not for the ammo. It's because I look at it like a trauma kit for my gun. specifically for malfunctions. The ammo is just a plus. The and that's why it's kind of low in the pecking order, because if it came down to ammo, I would probably just carry like a bigger gun in order for me to alleviate the whole. That's why I carry a 19. It holds 15 plus one rounds. I'm probably not going to have to reload it. Okay. Just statistically looking at it, like chances are you're not going to need a reload.
Correct.
So um, now let's see. And then in my other pocket, there we go. And this is my light loadout. Okay. Like I used to carry a bunch of stuff on my pockets. I mean, on my ankles. I
On
used
your
to carry
legs. Yep.
yeah. I'm talking backup gun on my right leg and trauma kit on my left leg. But recently, I there's been a little bit of hip pain, and then also I'm still kind of like I'm spending a lot of time at home. So if I do run out for something, I'm talking like I'm gonna leave just long enough for me to get some formula, and that's it.
That's
So
fair.
in my
Underwear gun.
pocket, yeah. So in my pocket, what I have is I have a soft T wide tourniquet, and then I also have this Kershaw. This Kershaw cost, I think it was $28. I found it on sale, and
Nice.
it's not a self defense knife. It's a folder. I don't think folders are good for self defense. What they are good for,
Utility.
it, yeah, Amazon boxes. Um, so there's two features on this that really made me attracted to it. It has a seatbelt cutter and it has a glass break. So
Perfect.
yeah, and that's just what I carry. I just sometimes I'll carry more, sometimes I'll carry a backup gun, sometimes I'm more likely to carry a backup gun if my wife is with me.
That's
Because
fair.
if we end up getting separated for whatever reason, then I can be like, here, hold this, and that can hold us off. Um, let's see. Also, there's just more to protect. So, um, what
There's
else
more
is
at
there?
stake. There's more at
There
stake
really,
that you feel like this. Hmm.
absolutely, yeah. So, what else is there? And then also the trauma kit. If I'm going to be away from home for a little bit more extended period of time, like if I'm going to be out all day, or if I'm going out of town, I'm more likely to carry a trauma kit because, you know, that's just less time than I'm going to be away from the trauma kit that's in my truck.
Makes
So,
sense.
I need those medical supplies somewhere on me. Some days I'll even load up so much gear that I'll carry around an EDC backpack. Folks, I want to give a very special thank you to Top Gun Shooting Range here in Memphis, Tennessee. This is where I teach personally. You can shoot our fully automatic machine guns in a safe and controlled environment. We also have a barbecue restaurant right here in the building. Ferguson's Barbecue has 4.7 stars on Google reviews, and also is the only public range in the Mid-South that allows you to draw from the holster. And personally, I believe that that's the best way for you to practice for handgun self-defense. Folks, I do not shill for anybody. I promote the causes that I believe in. And I believe in Top Gun Memphis. Come by and see us.